Welcome to Kickin' with the Rickens, redefining retirement. Gerry Ricken and Heidi Ricken Provost want to help you retire with purpose and live with joy. Find more information, including how to reach the team, in today's show notes. Now, Kickin' with the Rickens, powered by Ricken Financial.
Thanks, as always, for subscribing to Kickin' with the Rickens, redefining retirement. Get all the information, as the big boys just said right there. Find all the information about Ricken Financial here in the show notes. My name is Mark Owens. We are here with Gerry Ricken, Heidi Ricken Provost, and I want to apologize because apparently if the temperature drops below 40 degrees, my body goes, all right, I'm tapping out. I'm done. So
LOL.
It gets cold for 2 days, and then I get a cold out of nowhere. So my apologies.
Cold in Atlanta is 40 degrees, by the way. That's where Mark is broadcasting from.
You wouldn't think, because we had a cold snap of a couple of days where the wind chills got into the teens. You would have thought it was the biggest Arctic blast in the history of Atlanta.
I was working with my trainer who's from Atlanta, where we work out online, and he was like, I don't even have clothes for this kind of weather. And I was like,
hold my beer.
Dude, come on. I'm like, as the actual temperature here was 3 degrees. And I was like, okay.
And I like cold weather. I love cold weather. Down here, it is hot for 7 months a year. 3 of those months, it's swampy, gross hot. So give me a couple days of cold, but I guess it's a sign of age where my body just goes, it's too cold. I can't handle it. I'm weak now. So
I like the cold too. If I could choose, I'm not one of those people that would rather go to a hot destination all the time. I love cold.
Yeah.
I prefer the cold over the hot.
I like the Four Seasons. All 4 of them.
Great hotel too.
I wish.
Although we
wish
don't get a
had
spring or a fall
spring
here.
more. Yeah.
It goes back to, if it's cold, you can layer up. If it's hot, you can only layer down so much before it gets indecent.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple layers of fat here, so it makes it a little bit hotter in the heat, you know?
I'm always hot. I feel you on that one. The team at Ricken Financial, and more importantly, the Ricken family, just had a celebration and also honored some of the great residents of the community. Tell me about some of these awards you gave out and what's going on with you in the household.
Speaking of loving cold weather, my oldest sister, Beth, who we lost to cancer in 2001, loved cold weather.
She absolutely loved it, no matter what. Winter was her favorite time of year.
So it was a little fitting that on what would have been her 40th birthday, it snowed a little bit. So
It did.
Yeah. And, when my sister was diagnosed with cancer, she didn't fear dying. I still don't know how she did what she did, but she barely cried. She kind of accepted everything that God placed in her lap, and she took it all with grace and humility. And the crazy thing is, she only had one fear. It wasn't that she was going to die. She knew she was going to die when, the time came and everything, but she was afraid she was going to be forgotten. And here we are, 25 years later. Our family just had the honor and privilege of standing up in our church the day before her 40th birthday to award the 25th annual Beth Ricken Sportsmanship Award in her memory, keeping her memory alive in our community by honoring the kids from the soccer teams from Our Lady of the Pillar, our parish. And this is a team-driven award. So you're voted on by your peers.
Your peers, which is the most important thing you can do, is get acceptance of your peers.
Love it.
And acknowledgement by your peers.
We got to award the 25th annual Sportsmanship Award to a bunch of amazing kids who are the best representation of sportsmanship on and off the field in our community. So the Beth Ricken Sportsmanship Award, here's what the plaque says that hangs on the wall of some professional athletes, some doctors, some lawyers, some teachers, some moms, some dads, some
nurses,
nurses. There are so many
people, some
amazing people who have won this award.
You name the profession that's out there.
But here's what it says. It's for the player that best exemplifies, both on and off the field, the qualities of sportsmanship, effort, perseverance, Christian unselfishness, and the principle that it's not whether you win or lose, but how you meet the challenge.
I love that.
So I think it's pretty amazing. And we're honored and humbled that we get to keep her memory alive And we're sitting here 25 years later, and she is definitely not forgotten. Her legacy has instilled in so many kids, that they want to be better. This is the most coveted award at our parish. And it's crazy how much these kids work to try to win this award. It's honoring and inspiring because if you think about it, this award is to better the community. And so how incredible that these kids are working so hard to be a better human being so that they can win an award.
Our parish is very inclusive. We have several Jewish kids that are on our teams as well, because we have a very, very small parish. And to field the team back when we moved here in 1995, our daughters started in a public school, and they met a lot of Jewish children, and we needed players. So they started recruiting their friends from school to become members of the Pillar community and the Pillar soccer team. And one of the young ladies accepted the award was of the Jewish faith, which I think is unbelievable and incredible. She was like, oh my gosh, her parents were like tearing up.
It's really cool. My chiropractor's child won, and they're Jewish, and it was the first time ever that they came to a Catholic mass. This was a couple years ago, and I thought that was so cool too. We have another kid that won was a child of an immigrant, and I don't know. It's just so cool to see the impact this is making, and to be thanked by parents for inspiring their children to have all of the qualities that entails in this award is pretty damn humbling. I'm not going to lie.
Because we thank the parents, because it starts at home. The sportsmanship. So it is amazing that the parents thank us, and we say no.
Also have to say, Mark, thank you for all of your media coaching from the last few years of our relationship together, because I now have the privilege of just standing up on the altar and nothing in front of me talk and give out the award and give a little speech or whatever. I never remember what I say, but everyone each year is like, oh my gosh, that was so great. And I'm like, great. But I do remember this year, and I hold it true that I thanked the kids for being the best representation, because not only are they a good sport on the field, but they're representing our faith community in everything that they do. And they have, players beside them that are helping to improve their lives. They have amazing coaches like Coach Gerry, who we had the privilege of coaching every single sport growing up. They have these awesome parents at home, and we just have a really strong, great community. So it's really inspiring, and it warms your heart.
And it's a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun to see these kids being able to be recognized for just being a good person.
You mentioned how it's a very coveted award, that a lot of people fight to get this award. All right, let's step back just a little bit. There's a little competition involved, isn't there? There's a little trash.
100%. It's a sportsmanship award, but it's funny how the competition here is how can you be a better human?
Yeah.
Not like, how can I screw over this person so I can win the award?
But how can I be a better player? It's not about being a better player at all. Mary Beth wasn't a better player.
Mary Beth was a great sport. She was not a good athlete.
That's fair. Hey,
she
amen.
excelled at one thing, and that was skiing.
Preaching my language.
Oh, yeah.
That's
you have to be pretty damn athletic to be a good skier, but story from this year is one of the little girls walked in with her family to mass, and my mom was like, if you're a Mary Beth Ricken Sportsmanship Award winner, you come over here, we're processing together. And she's like, I'm not. And then the commissioner of the league was like, actually you are. And she looked at her mom and looked up and was like, what? And they surprised her, and her brothers had previously won. So she was like, boom, I finally won, brothers.
Her brothers were always rubbing into their little sister that they had always won the award, and she hadn't.
I love that. 2 questions. Number 1, how do you get recognized? And number 2, do you take bribes?
The people who vote on this are your peers. So there's no bribing us. But here's how you get involved. If you are of CYC age, Catholic Youth Council sports age, so pre-K through 12, and you want to play soccer, head on over to Our Lady of the Pillar, olpillar.com, and check out their soccer teams and join. And
we'd love to have you. We'd love to have you part of our community.
The more we read what this award means, that, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you meet the challenge. it just reiterates to what Gerry and I do on a daily basis with our clients. We're not here to help you win the market. We're not here because we want to help time everything and get in at the right time and have the most appreciation ever in the market.
And if we did that, what would we be doing? We'd be losing. We would be losing
continuously.
Yeah, exactly. Because you just can't beat the market. You can't outsmart the market. You can't outtime the market. You can't do those things. You just need to do what?
You need to invest with integrity. It's not trying to beat the market. We're not sitting here trying to be a percentage higher than every other money manager in the world, trying to time the market and do everything correctly. What you need to do is you need to choose wisely from the get-go so that what you're doing matches your risk tolerance, that you have a plan in place that meets the challenges that you're going to be facing each step of the way in retirement. And, we meet with people all the time who will say, this is really great, but I'm a DIYer and I only enter when the market's low and I only do this and I only do that. Well, good luck. But if we could properly time the market, none of us would be sitting here having this conversation.
Right.
Every single one of us would be enjoying the fruits of our labor because we would be billionaires. So at the end of the day, it's how you play the race. It's how you invest. It's how you match your risk tolerance. It's how you make sure you have income to last the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's using integrity each step of the way to ensure that you are doing what's in your best interest. And I'm talking in the eyes of a client. Gerry and I don't sit here and do what's in our best interest. We do what's in your best interest. We want to ensure that each step of the way, you're matching your goals, your wants, your needs, and your desires so that you're meeting the challenge properly.
And we also can't forget about the tax man because, the largest expense we have in our lifetime is taxation. So if we can help you and show you how to meet that challenge, that wins a lot of ball games right there.
And we want to ensure that you're meeting every challenge with a plan so that you know how to weather the storm.
It's all about planning, and when we talked about soccer, these awards were based on the soccer field and players on the soccer field. Well, coaches have a plan. When you go into any game, you have a plan. Mm-hmm. It's no different than retirement. Retirement, you have to have a plan.
And when these coaches are going into practice, they better have a plan for practice too, because how you practice is how you play. Just like how you plan is how you're going to weather the storm with your finances.
That's right.
I think it's fitting that you offer the purpose approach. And our tagline with that every week is retire with purpose, but live with joy. And the Sportsmanship Award really encompasses everything you do at Ricken Financial. And before we hit pause on this week's Kicking with the Ricken podcast, can you define a little bit more about what the purpose approach is and how it can affect the adults in the community, retirees, pre-retirees, and whatnot?
Of course. The purpose approach is the name of our planning and how we're going to meet with you. And the first question we're going to ask when we put together our complimentary custom retirement plan with you called the purpose approach is, what do you want to do with your time in retirement? Because that's the most important question. You've worked so hard all these years. How do you want to spend your time? What's your purpose going to be that's going to feed your soul and bring you joy? And then we build a custom financial plan surrounded by that purpose so we can ensure that the money will help you do what you want to do with your time. So there's an income plan in there to ensure you have enough income in your retirement for all of your needs. We look at what type of risk are you taking and are you matching your risk tolerance in your investment plan? We have forward-facing tax planning. We look at your legacy and estate planning, your life insurance needs, long-term care and Medicare needs. And we kind of encompass pretty much everything you're going to face in your retirement so that we can ensure it's just going to support your purpose. So what you do in your retirement is live with joy, just like you hear every single week we finish out our show with two sayings, and one of them is life is short, laugh hard. And that's not our saying. That was my sister's life motto. And it's true. If you're laughing hard, you're living with joy. So that it drives everything we do. We try to spend as much time as we can laughing in memory of Mary Beth too.
That's right.
It's funny you say that because when my dad passed away, it's been about 10 years, and people always say, how do you get through the tough times? How did you get the strength? And I say, well, number one, first and foremost, It's okay to cry. There's nothing less manly. There's nothing weak. There's nothing sissy about crying because I bawled like a baby.
Thank God for that because I'm a baller.
I am a sensitive son of a gun, and man, I cried a lot. And then number 2, I always said, it's okay to laugh. It's okay. It's therapeutic. So when you say that, it's okay. You can laugh at times. There's nothing wrong with that. And then I often say, always lean on your people because your people are the most important people in your life too. So, hey, with that being said, I think it's a good place to hit pause here this week. And congratulations to all of those. What's the official name of the award? It's the
Mary Beth Ricken Sportsmanship Award.
Do you give it away to guys in their late 40s in North Atlanta?
We need to see how your sportsmanship is on the soccer field.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
Not your athleticism, your sportsmanship.
Oh, sportsmanship. Like, do I have to cheer for the other team? All right, there's a lot of layers to this. This is a conversation off the air. All right,
That's right.
We'll get to it. Hey, to get more information about that, plus everything from Ricken Financial, we invite you to reach out at any time. RickenFinancial.com, RICKEN, RickenFinancial.com. We're always available. Give them a call, 314-207-6211. Find all that information here in the show notes. As always, thank you so much for streaming. Thank you for downloading the Kicking with the Rickens podcast. We're back next week, but before we get out of here, let's make it official now. Heidi Ricken, Provost, Gerry Ricken, take us home.
Every day is a holiday.
Life is short. Laugh hard.
This has been Kicking with the Rickens, redefining retirement.
Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Ricken Financial LLC. Ricken Financial LLC is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through Impact Partnership Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. IPW does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Ricken Financial LLC are not subject to investment advisor requirements. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual situation. Ricken Financial LLC is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during the show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Ricken Financial LLC.
Please remember that converting an employer plan account to a Roth IRA is a taxable event. Increased taxable income from the Roth IRA conversion may have several consequences. Be sure to consult with a qualified tax advisor before making any decisions regarding your IRA.
Tax preparation and tax advisory services are offered through Ricken Financial. These services are not offered by IPW and are not subject to investment advisor requirements. These services referenced are an outside business activity not offered through or supervised by IPW.